Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a silly topical show where two useless organisms discuss today's hot topics, drink each other's philosophy juice, and read the internet's most unbelievable Yelp reviews. On today's show, we will discuss getting away with murder and our top 15 favorite things. Juice. Keep in mind that Two Useless Organisms is not safe for work and shouldn't be talked about around the water cooler with your dickhead boss eavesdropping onto everything you're saying like some bonus-seeking kiss-ass corporate parasite. Hello, Tommy. How are you?
Hello. Yeah, so it was going to be top 10, but there was too many things that I liked, so I had to include at least 5 more of them. And honestly, there's even more I didn't get to include, but we're going to include 15 favorite things that we like. I'm wondering if any of our things are going to overlap. I hope they do. That'd be really neat.
Um,
There's a good chance they won't.
I think one might.
One might. Okay.
One
One
might.
might.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
And maybe I'll have to rethink my list after
Oh.
we're done talking about it because you're making me feel like I missed some shit. But
Oh. I mean, I missed a lot of shit, I'm sure. Like you're gonna make me fucking think of some shit, I'm sure.
Well,
we're gonna think of so many things that we like. It's gonna be a nice show. Except for your topic, which I mean it's still gonna be fun because killing people is fun.
yeah. It goes hand in hand with one of our previous episodes. We talk a lot about the value of positivity.
Yeah.
I don't remember which episode that was, but yeah, no, so yeah, wanting people to die is always pretty positive. So we're happy to do that. A quick comment here before we get the ball rolling. We'll be on a little bit of a hiatus here because I'm about to be working a bunch and then I'm going on an 8-day cruise. So probably be a few weeks off, but who really fucking cares? So
who knows? Who knows? Who cares? I'll care. I care about your well-being, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly right now.
A double-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't think I've ever seen a double-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well,
and for those who are only listening to us on some sort of audio version, not watching us on the YouTube, Cristiano Ronaldo here is eating a double-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What kind of jelly are we using?
Just Concord grape Concord, whatever the Welch's grape. Is that fucking fine for you, Tommy? You feel like you're judging who cares? Everyone uses that, don't they? Who uses strawberry?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty. Yeah. Nobody uses any other jam.
Yeah.
So that's your.
My topic here today is if you could have somebody murdered or any type of person murdered. It doesn't have to be someone specific, and you didn't get caught. Who would it be? I'll go ahead and lead us off here. And
okay.
Originally, I was going to go with a generic group of people, like, those who don't bring their shopping carts to the corral in the parking lot, or people who don't use their turn signal.
Dude, fuck those people. Fucking murder them.
Did you see that thing? It's going around again online, and I've seen it before, where it's saying, like, putting the shopping cart corrals in the grocery store parking lots like the ultimate litmus test to see if you're not a complete waste of a fucking human being, because it proves who is capable of living in a self-sufficient society and who isn't. Because if you can't bring your shopping cart back to the corral, you are a worthless animal, is essentially the gist of this.
I haven't seen that, but I agree.
Yeah. But anywho, I was going to pick something like that, but then I decided to go with a specific person. That would be Alex Jones. Tommy, I don't know if you're familiar, but he's the conspiracy theorist and just all around stupid fucking moron who basically, I don't know, just thrives on being a controversial dickhead. And of course, we live in America where more than half of the people, citizens of this country also like to just be controversial dickheads for no fucking reason other than to say, hail Trump, hail Trump. But Alex Jones, just to, put it into perspective, put out a conspiracy theory that the Sandy Hook shooting, amongst others, I mean, he believes that 9/11 was rigged and all this shit, but the Sandy Hook school shooting was set up by the government, and all of the victims are actors, and all of the family members of victims are paid
easily
actors.
The most egregious. Yeah.
And so he went to court finally last year for this whole thing. He owes the victims' families around $1.5 billion. So, of course, he does what any ethical person would do and filed for personal bankruptcy, so he doesn't have to do a fucking thing about it.
Yeah.
He's just that kind of person who goes out there and makes these horrible claims,
Who's like, yeah, all these people's children that got murdered, that didn't happen.
literally
But if we're
billions.
talking about Alex Jones, let's go. Let's talk about Kanye West.
Absolutely.
Because Kanye West was getting interviewed by Alex Jones, and Alex Jones even went, "You're okay. Even you're a little bit too crazy for me." Because Kanye, said good things about Hitler. Hitler,
Kanye,
literally the most infamous human being of all time.
you've got different levels of crazy fucking morons. Like you've got Donald Trump, who is a horrible person,
Yeah.
but leveraged it
Yeah.
correctly to get the presidency because he knows.
Yeah.
He knew how to leverage the
Yeah.
nutcases in this country. Then you have Alex Jones, who isn't probably as smart as Donald Trump in terms of doing things like that. But then you have Kanye West, who's not good at fucking anything. Like he's not good at a single thing.
Okay, until he became a Nazi, he was a talented rap artist. But even, people that loved his music are like, not even graduation can save him. He's fucking done. Like he's done.
So and
there was a song that I used to like by him called Black Skinhead, and that song title has not aged well. Like, because I used to think that was a dope song, but no, oh no, you're an actual black skinhead, apparently. No. Fuck you, Kanye.
Yeah, I agree. That guy's just a bumbling fucking moron. He's got nothing. He's completely
he went off the rails. I'm not even gonna use mental illness as an excuse. People have mental illnesses and don't agree with Nazis. So you know what? Fuck you.
So
just go fuck off.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I mean, I'm gonna say it. I don't think there's anything wrong with murdering Alex Jones or Kanye West.
Honestly,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, yeah, murder's bad, but who fucking cares if you're losing those people? They're worthless. Their families don't even like them.
Honestly, like I don't, I feel like disrespecting the dead is like a thing, but honestly, if people are shitty, it's okay if they die. Like there was a professor at the university I used to went to who literally doxed some like gay and Muslim students. And for years, people were trying to get this fucker fired or whatever. But there was one case where he was able to sue my university for discrimination against him being a white Christian and actually fucking won that shit. But then in 2020, when everyone was fucking going insane, he said some stupid shit about my state being a slave state for making people wear masks. And when everyone during the BLM shit, everyone's like, okay, when's this fucker getting fired? There was a big push for it. And then finally the university said by the end of this summer, this professor is going to retire. And before the end of the summer, that professor killed himself. Like he was found dead in his home because he hung himself. And honestly, I said, thank fucking God. Fuck this piece of shit motherfucker. I am so happy he is dead. I celebrated. It is okay to celebrate shitty people dying.
That makes me so glad that karma gets around to some people.
Yeah.
I just saw an article the other day of someone who, I want to say this person intentionally ran into a mom while she was pushing her kid in a stroller or something. This guy purposefully drove his car into them, pleaded guilty and everything. He was just murdered, the guy who did that. And I was like, fine, like no harm done.
Good.
But that made me so happy to hear you say that guy fucking killed himself, because I
normalize disrespecting the dead.
Honestly, who cares, man? I give you a list of 25 people who should kill themselves right now. Don't care.
Right.
Anyway, Alex Jones and Kanye West, man, go fuck yourselves. Do not care.
Yeah. I feel like this is an anti-Republican thing now, which I mean, honestly, no, not disrespectfully. Fuck yeah. Anyone who's ever flown a Trump flag or Blue Lives Matter flag or has worn a shirt that says like blue, that has any kind of Blue Lives Matter thing or like, aside from being stupid, it's just like embarrassing. Like, when did politics become like a sports team? I think the worst one I saw, I was at Animal Kingdom or Epcot. There was some dumb older couple, and in the Disneyland font, their shirt said DeSantis Land. Which, for those who don't know, that's the Florida governor who's a popular person to become the potential Republican presidential nominee. he was the one who came up with the Florida Don't Say Gay bill, and who said Florida is where woke goes to die, whatever the fuck that means. Like, what does that even mean?
I don't know what that means.
Whenever someone says like, you're so woke in a negative way, I want to ask them what do you mean by that? What do you mean by woke, and what do you hate about that?
It's just a word that no one's going to be using a year from now, and there'll be some other thing that everyone gives a shit about. It's history. Just every couple of years, the stuff of that time just gets erased, and new shit takes its place. It's like pop music, man.
Yeah.
The pop music artist who's popular right now is going to be completely unknown 2 years from now. So
yeah,
whatever.
Who else should die, Tristan?
Who else should
murdered?
Die? I don't know if I can think of any
murder and get away with
specific people. I do like the turn signal thing, and being a Floridian now, like I swear.
Oh my god,
half or less of the people use turn signals. The other day I got caught off on 192. I was taking the World Drive exit onto 192, and I was in the turn lane that was, gonna take the exit, and there was a U-Haul all the way as far left as it could possibly be, and it just went right over and cut me off. No signal, no nothing, a U-Haul. And it continued to do that all the way down 192.
Damn.
Just swerve. You know how when you see a crazy person swerving and they're like sedan, And I was like, okay, whatever. They have a small, fast car. A U-Haul.
A U-Haul.
A gigantic U-Haul box truck. Was
Jesus Christ.
So people who drive like maniacs, really. But
that reminds me of the other day. I was by an intersect. It was actually yesterday. I was at an intersection that had 2 left-hand turn lanes. And for whatever reason, the guy in front of me tried going. We were in the second from the leftmost lane, but that could still turn left. But he tried merging into the leftmost lane, and I don't know if he accidentally hit somebody or not. But he literally got out of his car and started yelling at one of the other cars for not letting him in the lane or whatever. And I'm just thinking, both of these lanes turn left. Why the fuck are you trying to go that way? Thankfully there's nobody in the lane to the right of me. I'm like, I'm just gonna swerve around this guy because there's so much room in front of him that I could do that. I'm like, and I remember my girlfriend's like, oh my god, like looking at him, and I'm like, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore that, just fuck them.
It sucks because karma hardly catches up to these types of people, because all the traffic news things I say is, okay, a drunk driver went into the wrong lane, was driving into oncoming traffic and hit a car full, with a mom and 2 kids. Mom and 2 kids killed instantly. Drunk driver, fine. That's how it always happens. The fucking people that cause the car accidents always survive. They always kill innocent people, usually children, in the process. That's just, karma needs to catch up to more people.
Karma needs to catch up.
Yeah, honestly. Mother. Man, I hope Alex Jones isn't sponsoring our podcast this week, is he?
Oh yeah, I hope he isn't. He's not sponsoring. No, don't worry. That would have been really. God, can you imagine if he sponsored our podcast? That would have been. I wouldn't. Even if he said I would give you guys $12 million each, I would say no.
No, don't worry. He doesn't have it.
Oh yeah, true. He does owe $1.5 billion. So that is true.
Yep.
To those victims.
His companies filed for bankruptcy in the middle of last year, and then he filed personal bankruptcy in December, just last month. So he can't do jack shit.
Good.
But
can I throw an Elon Musk into there? Like,
yeah, he's become pretty unpopular lately, hasn't he? Was it buying Twitter that did it, or what was it?
It was the buying Twitter there. And granted, I haven't seen his name in the news in like maybe a week now. Thank fucking God. But like, he just,
Yeah, he's a little bit of a character.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's 2 sides to that coin. He's very innovative. Like the shit he's doing is next level. It's like futuristic bullshit. I mean, he's literally has tunnels of self-driving cars under Las Vegas that just take you from here to there. And like, not to mention all the shit SpaceX does, and the Starlink internet, which, by the way, Tommy, have you seen the movie Kingsman, The Secret Service?
That was like the newest Kingsman titled movie, right?
That wasn't the newest. It was the first. I think.
It was the first one because I did see the first Kingsman movie and I loved it.
First Kingsman. Okay, so in that, Samuel L. Jackson is the supervillain who's putting a bunch of satellites out into space to give everyone free internet.
I love that movie.
Okay, does that sound fucking familiar? That's exactly what Elon Musk is doing. And Samuel L. Jackson, supervillain character, ends up using it, spoiler, to cause the whole world to kill themselves, basically, to kill each other because we're overpopulated. So a little bit of a Thanos vibe in there.
Valid.
It's funny that Nick Fury took Thanos' route in that movie.
Whoa.
But, yeah, right. Anywho, yeah, Elon, I don't know. There's two sides of that coin because I as someone who appreciates innovation, I like what he's doing in that regard. As someone who's okay, but he's nuts. He's straight up nuts. Like I'm convinced.
I like that he bought Twitter for $44 billion, then fucked it up instead of spending $44 billion on anything else.
He must have just had 44 billion to blow on something. I don't know. I mean, in his defense, a lot of people were like, Elon Musk, you have so much money. Why don't you like solve world hunger? And he did put out like a thing like, okay, if anyone can actually tell me how I could solve world hunger with all of my money, I'll do it. And no one had an answer. So
are we sure about that?
That's what I don't know. That's what I remember reading that he put that out there.
I remember that report as well. So I'm like, I guess all 8 billion of us kind of fucked up there too. Maybe I don't know.
So I really don't know. I mean, like,
kill all of us.
Fine by me. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
This is what I've thought this for years, man. What's the point of being alive, of being on this planet, if I don't get to live to see the end of humanity? Why would I want to be alive?
Dude, that's so true.
It's the end of. I want to see the end of the story.
Me too.
Don't leave me hanging. Okay. But
that's so true.
Someone paying us, Tommy?
Yes, there is somebody paying us. Today's sponsor is going to be allergy medicine. If you are having allergies, go get yourself some allergy medicine. And it might make you sleepy, but you won't itch or sneeze. Allergy medicine.
Thank you, allergy medicine. I certainly utilize you every year. Around this time, actually, I'm starting to get the sniffles a little bit more.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just get the generic allergy relief stuff, and it doesn't do a thing, but whatever.
Yeah. I've been taking Zyrtec like every day for like over 4 years. So it started when I initially moved down to Florida because I came down on a particular internship, and one of the pieces of advice was like start taking allergy meds and multivitamins to keep yourself healthy because you might not be used to the air. And I just haven't stopped.
That was years ago, wasn't it?
Yes. I should probably
4 years ago
do something. Yeah, I should probably try to wean myself off of that. So
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Big Pharma's getting you with their allergy medicines. They're gonna get you.
It really is.
You'll be on opiates next.
I hope so.
Good old fentanyl. So your topic, I'm actually very glad that you picked this. It's a generic topic. It's no specific thing, but what's your topic?
Top 15 favorite things. Me and Tristan, we're going to each say our 15 favorite things. And you know what? I'm going to kick us off. And I'm going to be honest, my list is in no particular order. I apologize if Tristan put his in order. So I'm just going to go down my list. The first thing of my 15 favorite things, the color green. Green is a very pretty color. Makes you think of nature and brings you back to your roots in that way. And also, whenever I wear the color green, it brings out my eyes. It makes my eyes look pretty and green. Tristan, what is one of your 15 favorite things?
My favorite color is green, but it didn't make it on my list. So I like all sorts of things. Tied for the #1 spot: raindrops on roses, whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. No, but to be that was a joke. That's a song from The Sound of Music. Kanye West might like that movie. There's Nazis in it.
Oh yeah.
My my first answer is the most like, pussy whipped answer I could give here, but it would be my girlfriend Allison. And it's not because I'm a
Mhm.
bitch. It's because a lot of these other things that are in my list, I really almost exclusively do with her. Um, a lot
Yeah.
of my favorite things that I've learned how to do over the last, or that I've gotten into over the last few years has been with her. So, credit to Allison. You get the number one spot. You might get bumped
Honestly,
down a few
that's
pegs. Watch yourself.
yeah, no, that's great. I was gonna put my girlfriend as well. But then like I feel like there would have been people I would have left out. Like, I would have wanted to put my mom, my dad, and a couple other people. So I kept my things to not people, unfortunately.
Well, I put
Um,
I put my parents in my list too, so I guess you're just a shitty person.
I really am. I'm a terrible child. But the next thing on my list I'm gonna say is chocolate chip cookies. Like, oh my God, I am the biggest slut for chocolate chip cookies.
Man, I am right
Like,
there with you. Love that. Yeah, they're my favorite. They're
I'll
probably
never
my
say
favorite
no.
cookie. Yeah. So my number two, there are two things in this number two spot, but Disney cruises slash traveling. Um, I put them in one because I figured it makes more sense to me. One, Disney cruises
Yeah.
has become my favorite type of vacation to go on. I could go on and on and on about it. I won't, but I included traveling in there. Two, this is where my family comes in. Traveling to go see my family. I just actually booked a trip to go home and see them yesterday. I'll be going at the end of May. Back home to Illinois. Vegas, I also had to include in this thing because I love going to Vegas. I'm going for my sixth time this year. So
Ooh,
Disney cruises and
we need to go to
traveling.
Vegas.
Mm.
That's awesome. You know, I'm also gonna do a two for one here. I'm also gonna do a two for one to match you. Although mine is gonna be sushi and hibachi. Very lately, I've just been a slut for sushi and hibachi. Like something about raw fish, rice, and soy sauce just hits. Then hibachi, you got your onion volcano, your yum yum sauce. Like it doesn't get better than those food groups.
I am not a sushi eater. I love hibachi. Take me to Kobe
Yeah,
any day. Tommy, we've gone to Kobe on a number of occasions together. Oh my goodness, I do like that.
hasn't been enough occasions.
I know it hasn't. Were you just
Like me and
were
my
you
girl.
just there?
Yes, I've been there twice recently that I can remember. I forget when they were, but one was for a friend's birthday, and then one, me and my girlfriend were like, "That was amazing. Let's go again," and we
Mm-hmm.
did.
Oh,
So I'm always down to go again.
all right, my turn.
Okay,
This is my number three. I just realized it started from one and I'm going down to the bottom, but whatever. Usually I like to,
okay, that's fine.
build up. But my number three, staying home. Um, man, I've just been enjoying it. Today is my the last day of my weekend. So I am preparing to go
Oh
back to
man.
work tomorrow morning. But man, I have been enjoying staying home. These last couple days I've watched a bunch of movies. I'm actually preparing to be on a movie podcast. I'm got a guest
Oh
spot,
wow.
Tommy. I'm being invited.
Oh,
Yeah, being on a movie.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's not set in stone yet.
Good
We
for
don't know. We
you.
don't know when we're recording, but I'm gonna be a guest on the Great Movie Radio Show, which is a great movie ride themed podcast. But they talk about a number of movies. So ha. But
That's incredible.
so I've been
I'm
watching
so
a lot of
happy for
movies to
you.
prepare for that. But I also played a little bit of guitar for the first time in several months. Yesterday, just been enjoying taking naps, playing some Roller
Sheesh.
Coaster Tycoon, staying home.
Wow, that's incredible. You know, mine's gonna be kind of down that alley. Inconsequential paid time off of work.
Yeah.
So this could be, just paid vacation time, or, it could be like remember when Hurricane Ian came through and everything closed down, but then we got paid for not working?
Yes.
That was awesome. Anytime where you can get paid and not do a fucking thing, I love that. A snow day, if you will. For those that live in Florida, a snow day is when snow comes from the sky and the roads are too dangerous to drive anywhere, so they give you the day off. of school or even work.
I don't know. I come from a snow heavy state, and there were times where we should have had snow days, but they didn't give them to us because like it would have pushed the end of the school year back too far. So
sorry for interrupting. I was going to say I'm from North Carolina, so even a threat of snow caused a delay. Hell, I remember there was a time there was a threat of snow, and school got canceled for that day, but snow didn't end up happening.
Oh my gosh,
that was one time. Usually, it was just any snow falling from the sky, school canceled. Boom, full stop.
Dang.
Yeah.
My next one, Disney park / food. Disney park / Disney food, I should clarify. I've been getting more into the Disney food over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's
Disney
pretty
food is really good.
Pretty darn good. So, but going to the parks has always been my favorite thing. I mean, since I was a little kid, so that's definitely I don't even have to explain that one, man. But yeah, the food, man. And I've already talked about the Disney food on previous Please Remain Seated episode. Check it out for all your theme park news, reviews, stories, and segments needs. But I would die if I could eat Chef Art Smith's Homecoming every day, which isn't a Disney run restaurant, but it's on Disney property.
I love Chef Art Smith. Yo, I got my moonshine gay mug right here.
You got it right there.
Let's go. Yeah, because like you can just go up to the moonshine bar and get some refillable moonshine, and I got my cup right here. Let's go.
Dude, they're fried chicken
now. Chef Arts.
So good, so good. But yeah, that's why Disney parks and Disney food.
Yeah. Yeah, spoiler alert. Theme parks.
Yep.
That was gonna be my thing. I know
your next one,
but like just theme parks. That's it. Self-explanatory.
All right. Well, my next one is collecting autographs. Now we've talked about that on a previous episode.
We have.
There was a Three Guys.
Yeah.
Maybe a Three Guys episode here. We talked about hobbies or something like that. But I don't really remember, but yeah, collecting autographs has been my hobby for, gosh, what is it, 2023? Since 2011. I went to my first convention in 2011, got a couple autographs there, and then I was off to the races ever since then. So yeah, collecting autographs. I don't even know what my most recent one I've gotten was, but I did just send one out into the mail, through the mail to, I forgot the name, or some classic film actress who was in like Singing in the Rain and West Side Story and stuff like that. But so hopefully I get that back soon. But yeah, collecting autographs. I've got over 220, 230, something like that.
Awesome. My next one, just like my last one, does not need that much of an explanation. Butts.
Oh, butt cheeks, booties.
Butts are great.
Okay.
I think everyone understands.
Yeah.
Butts are wonderful.
Yeah, but what about the poop part?
Everybody poops, everybody masturbates. As the old saying goes.
That's what. Yeah, I remember reading about that in kindergarten. Yep. Maybe not the second part to that, but yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, butts, butt cheeks, booties.
Yep.
Dump trucks, treasure trunks.
The dump truck. Yep.
Okay, well, my next one here is podcasting. Now, obviously, I'm not new to podcasting. We've had this biscuit going for how long? Oh, biscuits. That's
almost
another
3
synonym
years.
for butts. But yeah, almost 3 years. 3 years in April.
It's been 3. Holy fuck.
Yep. 3 years of
so
me and you on the sound waves together. But I've gotten more into the other aspects of podcasting lately. I actually talked about that over the last couple episodes, where we talked about how we have created and sustained our podcast. And then in our most recent episode, we talked about the history of podcasting. So I've really been delving into all that lately, kind of learning all the ins and outs of it. There's a lot, man. There's a lot that goes into it, between the editing and the marketing of it, trying to get it to show up in search engines, trying to get it shared and get in front of people, making it compelling, all that sort of thing. So yeah, podcasting as a whole, man, it's been pretty interesting. I want to use this opportunity here to say really quick, if you're not on Podchaser, get on Podchaser. It's like the IMDb of podcasts. Tommy, I actually created profiles for me and you on there. So we are on Podchaser as podcast hosts, and our podcasts are on there as well. Please Remain Seated and to
I love that.
So
I think it was our last episode think it was our last episode we talked about our favorite podcasts
Yeah.
or ones that we're listening to. I recently discovered one. I think it's called The Girl Next Level, and it's former playmates, like like Playboy bunnies, like former those two like host the podcast and talk about their experience and how they got there. It's really interesting, really cool.
Hmm.
Um,
They talk about butts,
yeah,
Tommy?
probably.
Yeah, I bet they do.
I've only listened to the first episode, and it was mainly a taking your top off thing. I remember that part of it, but anyway, and also just like they mentioned like all the trauma and shit that they had to go through going through becoming Playboy bunnies. But anyways,
Oh, how lovely.
my next thing is hearing a song that you love that you didn't intend to turn on. So this could be like you're in a club and the perfect song comes on, or like you're listening to a radio station or a Spotify radio station and a song that you absolutely love just comes on. Like you weren't thinking about it, you wouldn't have thought to turn it on, but it just smacks you in the face. It's the one that you love and it just comes on. It's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Yeah, no, I agree. And that's funny because that goes into my one is also music related. It is metal.
Metal.
Yeah,
Would
dude.
you like to metal?
I like all sorts of music. Really, that's what every white girl says. I like everything. Yeah, until I put on Cannibal Corpse, and then you don't like everything anymore. But I love all types of
Oh,
metal. So have for such a long since I was 10. I've been into metal. So
all right. Hear me out. Taco Bell.
you bet. That's all that needs to be said, right? I mean, come on.
Yep. Yep. Anyone that
Um,
says Taco Bell gives you the shits is a fucking coward.
hey, I'm
It
gonna
does
ask
not.
you.
I've
I'm gonna,
never ate at Taco Bell and gotten a stomach ache or needed a shit for hours. It's incredible food, very cheap. It's there for you.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Tommy. What's the best part about Taco Bell? Because it might segue into my next one.
Fuck, that's a loaded question. I just, there's so many different. I feel like there's a lot of different options there, and granted, a lot of them are the same in different shapes, but like, it's so fucking good.
I'll
And it,
rephrase it.
it, it
What's the one thing from Taco Bell that you can always get regardless of what food item you get?
a taco,
No.
burrito,
No. Regardless of what food item you
beef,
get.
meat,
No.
cheese.
Baja Blast, Tommy.
Baja Blast. Fuck. Okay.
My next one is soda. I took a
Soda.
little bit of a break from soda more for financial reasons because it's kind of expensive to buy at the grocery store. I've been trying to budget a little bit here, but I'm about to go on a cruise where soda is free and unlimited. So I've been drinking more lately to get myself up to it because if I go a long time without drinking it, my acid reflux will kill me if I start drinking soda again.
Oh, wow.
What do you got, Tommy?
Shit. My next two things are gonna be sport related. I'm gonna say the World Cup.
Ooh.
It only happens every 4 years, and it is just fucking amazing. This past one, of course, Messi, the GOAT, finally got his World Cup. It was amazing. And like it was, yeah. I love the World Cup. It's a great time.
Hey, not bad. My next one here is my desk. I'm sitting at it right now, man. This is my happy place. Um, my desk. I could go on about how passionate I am about this thing. I picked this desk out when I still
Yeah.
lived in Illinois at IKEA, moved down here, immediately went to IKEA and bought it.
Wow. That's
Man,
fucking awesome.
it's a great desk. I wish I could pick my computer up and show you. It's got so many levels. It's got shelves. It's got storage. It's got
That's so cool.
things for speakers on it, man. It's got a nice little inlet
I
right
wish
here. Cup
I got
holders.
a cheap fucking desk, so no, mine doesn't. That's awesome. Next one is professional wrestling. I was gonna put the Royal Rumble specifically, but then just the entire art form, I absolutely love. Professional wrestling is the best art form. You cannot change my mind.
Okay. All right. I like playing with my pee. That's my favorite art form. My next one here is sleeping. Number 10, sleeping. Is there anything better than at the end of the night when you just get to
No.
lay down in bed and it's like, okay, the day's over. I literally have nothing to worry about anymore except laying here and becoming unconscious.
Funny enough, when I came up with this topic at the place where I work, sometimes we'll put a nice poll on our whiteboard of just say like, what's your favorite, whatever or something. And today I put what's your favorite thing, and multiple people put sleep. So
Yeah.
that's very valid.
Mm-hmm.
Next one I'm gonna put is memes. I was trying to come up with a specific meme for this one, but there are so many great memes from 10 years ago to even today that I can go on about. There are so many great memes. Those are some of my favorite things.
All right, so this list was originally just going to be 10 things, and then Tommy had too many things that he is passionate about, so we made it 15. I could not find five more things. So my 11th through 15th spot are 5 individual minutes, taking up 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 on this list. 5 individual minutes that my dog isn't bothering me.
I love that. That's so good. Oh, wait, those are your last 5 things.
That's literally all 5. So the rest is you, Tommy. Go for it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So the last 4 things I have are the feeling you get after you've just cleaned it like really well. Like sometime in the last couple weeks, my closet was so fucking messy, but then I filled up like 10 garbage bags of things to donate and throw out. And just like that made me think of that. So like if something's really messy and you clean it, that is a great feeling. That is one of my favorite things. Also, Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. That was a very special time in my life this past year. This was the first year I had my frequent fear pass, and I had a good group of friends that I went with almost every time, and also like that's where me and my current girlfriends, that's where our relationship sort of started / blossomed. Like, I mean, we started hanging out a little bit before then, but then like that's where we kind of confirmed that we liked each other. So Halloween Horror Nights holds a special place in my heart, and it also is where I developed my love for the artist The Weeknd. My last 2 things, one of them is water.
Worder.
Stay hydrated. Water is very important. We love water. And then my final thing, cats. Cats are wonderful. My roommates have 2 cats, and they are so cute. I love my little Lulu. I love my Lua. She's so pretty.
All right, you did baby voice. Episode's over.
Whenever my roommates leave, I'm gonna try to get a cat, and I literally am gonna name my cat Luigi, so I can go Lulu still. But then I decided I'm gonna give him the full name Gianluigi Buffon. So Gianluigi Buffon is an Italian goalkeeper. So Luigi is short for Gianluigi, but then I could also still go Boo Boo. Oh, Boo 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 Boo.
All right. Well, my boo -boo. We have a minute left before Mother Zoom kicks us out. We don't have a Yelp review this year, or this week, but I did find basically in my search for a Yelp review, I found a Yelp review for a radio station in Idaho, and I actually found a broadcast that this radio station did. So I'm going to edit that down, the broadcast I found, and slip that in right here. So that's going to end the episode out here. But
welcome to the 17th National Stanley, Idaho International Serial Killer Pageant of America. We've got a lot in store for you tonight. Over the last 12 months, we've scoured the nation for the hottest unconvicted and at-large serial killers, one of which will prevail and take home the coveted Golden Hacksaw Trophy. Stay tuned for a night full of senseless violence and extravagant acts of cruelty. Without further ado, please welcome tonight's host, Amber Heard.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here tonight. My schedule has been quite empty lately, so I'm glad I've been able to continue to do horrible things with my time. Unfortunately, none of our contestants this evening are truly innocent, so framing them for various forms of abuse wouldn't really be any fun at all. But speaking of fun, let's learn a little more about our first contestant.
Coming all the way from Batesville, Arkansas is a lovely young man named Candy Del Dante. Candy is 44 years old, but he insists that he's young at heart. Those words might give you a hint as to what you would find if you were to search Candy's basement. That's right, Mr. Del Dante has removed the hearts of at least 50 of America's youth. Although the number isn't exact, he lost count after 24, and some of the hearts were lost in an unfortunate basement flood. Let's hear more from the man himself.
Hello, my name is Candy Del Dante. I'm from Batesville, Arkansas, and I think I'll be taking home the Golden Hacksaw tonight. Amber, it's so nice to meet someone almost as evil as me. It's a real honor.
Thank you, Candy. I fully intend to start ruining children's lives too, but I don't know how I can make millions of dollars cutting their hearts out. I guess I'll leave that to the professionals.
All right, Candy, let's throw it to the judges to see if they think you can bring home the trophy tonight. Simon Cowell.
Your lack of creativity leaves much to be desired. There's going to be a lot more kids running around Arkansas if you don't step it up.
Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm not very impressed by your methods, man. I mean, obviously hundreds of people get their hearts out, I'm only giving you 4.
Well, Candy, it all comes down to our last judge, President Joe Biden.
I support you, and America supports you. My college buddies and I used to do very similar things to wild animals we'd find in the woods, and it was a great joy. I've got all sorts of photos of it and even a few preserved hearts in some boxes back in Delaware, but no one will ever find those. God bless you, Candy Del Dante, and God bless America. 9.
Wow, looks like President Biden might have saved you there. Go ahead and take a seat, Candy, because we're about to learn more about our next contestant, Stork Belvedere.
I murder and store the bodies in my ice cream truck while still being able to sell ice cream to pay for my daughter's college.
Wow, Mr. Belvedere. I also pretend to care about the well-being of my daughter while modeling the textbook definition of evil.
Omar bin Laden.
I have a beautiful collection of old Victorian dolls, but these dolls have real human baby faces stapled onto the heads. Maybe I can get Mr. Del Dante to supply me with a few hearts for my collection.
I want to kill my daughter.
Thomas Gergerga. I've made entirely new people from the body parts of dead people.
I hope to be Mrs. Amber Gergerga someday.
Tim Tam Garglespot.
What the fuck?
Pothole Maple Tit.
My name is Josh, and I thought this was a cereal eating contest.
Johnny, come back. I love you.
And the winner of this year's National Stanley Idaho International Serial Killer Pageant of America is Candy Del Dante. Well, Candy, it looks like President Biden's score saved you. You're going home with the Golden Hacksaw Trophy.
I killed Amber's daughter.
Did that radio station have Joe Biden on it? What the fuck?
Yeah, it did. It did. Yep.
Okay, that's... Anyways, thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Please Remain Seated. Oh, wait, no. That's our other podcast that we talk about theme parks. 2 useless organisms. Stay tuned for our next episode where we talk about our top 10 dislikes, because this week we talked about our 15 dislikes. So it'll be the opposite topic next time. And I dislike less things than things that I like. Oh my god.
Like, comment,
That's funny as
subscribe,
fuck.
rate 5 stars.
We're about to get kicked out of Zoom. 2 useless organisms. 2 useless organisms. Fuck them.